Yeah, with Sundowns, I think obviously it's been a process. It's continuity. It's what they've built 3, 4 years ago. You know, people say to me teams don't get built. People complain and say, but you can't build forever. You know, Sundowns 4, 5 years ago, what were they doing during preseason when they were not playing CAF? You know, they were going to Zambia, they were going to Ghana, they were going to Nigeria. So they were preparing. They and it worked for well for them, and they got CAF Champions League in 2016. You know, and you could see now the profile of players that they're bringing into the team. You know, it's South America, players with big experience. You know, so it's also helping them. So yeah, for them to really to make it true, you know, it's continuity of what they've done 4 or 5 years ago, you know, and to maintain that level of success requires top scouting, you know, and we've seen them doing it, you know, how they scouting players to bring them into the team, and how they also promoting, integrating the young players into the first team. It's amazing, you know. So I think for them, yeah, like I mean, credit to their president, who has been patient with them building such, because like you first build and then you have a succession plan how you're gonna maintain, you know. And I think that is why it's not easy, but that is why for them they can be able to go through the group stages like that from a fundamental principle perspective. Now we move to Pirates. You know, where is Pirates in terms of the level? You know, um, like I mean, let's go to the league last year. Who was one? Sundowns. Who was two? Pirates. So it means, but if you go back 2 years ago, Pirates was 11th on the log, PSL. You know, nowhere close to CAF Champions League football. So they've obviously instilled some processes that have really helped them to improve the level in which they are at now. You know, it's their first time returning to CAF after 4 years. They've played 10 games in CAF already. You know, so that is obviously gonna assist them long term. You know, to the only important thing for them is to finish in the top two. Now, this is end of this season, so that they return to CAF. You know, but I think for me they are in a building phase. You know, to be able to be competitive at CAF level. You know, and obviously even in the PSL. You know, because what is important is that one, they must establish their playing model, which is, you know, we are, it's very clear how the ideas are clear, we can see how they want to play, you know. But to be able to remain consistent, it takes time, you know. So for me, absolutely nothing wrong with how they are playing, absolutely nothing wrong with their process, but people must be patient, you know. I think for me they'll definitely do better in CAF next year, just like in the league. You know, they've also been in a final this year of Telkom. You know, so I think from building the team, and now from building the team, trying to create sustainability within the team. You know, that is very important, because like for an example, how many people if you go to the English press, I like to make references with international football, because sometimes we are so narrow-minded with what is happening in the country, you know, and we forget that sometimes we must take those ideas from abroad and adapt them within our environment. How many people questioned Pep Guardiola playing style at Manchester City's first season? Everybody, you know. Sort of my favorite videos where he says no, he's not gonna change that, because it worked for him at Barcelona and at Bayern, you know. And what did he do in his second season? It's there, it's clear for everybody to see. So it's not a magic. Football is a process. To build something sustainable, it takes time. But if you want to build quick success, I can make another reference. One of my favorite coaches, Jose Mourinho, you know. He's a winner by nature. He comes into a team and gets it rolling like this. But is it sustainable? You know, can he do that for 5-6 years? You know, so it's very important to have an established playing style, because then from an established playing style, it also informs your scouting process. You know that okay, this is we play with wingbacks. They must have these qualities, technical and tactical qualities to perform certain actions within that playing style. So then you know that when you're going out to scout, you are scouting in line with the profile, and the profile is informed by your playing style. So it's easy to sustain that. But if you don't really have a playing model, you don't really have a scouting model, how do you then sustain the team? So it's change after change. One coach comes, the next one comes, the playing style changes once this player, we've seen it, and then clubs can't sustain that. So it's very important where football is today, and we can't deny it. Where football is today, that's why if you look at international football, we can go to Germany, Hoffenheim, Julian Nagelsmann, the current coach, the process that they've instilled in the team in the last 3-4 years are amazing. Saving the team from relegation, and then going on to finish in the top 4 and qualifying for Champions League. And we can all go back and see the process that they've applied. Pochettino at Tottenham, Klopp at Liverpool. So why I'm bringing these is because, again, we must try and we must make these as references back at home, to say that is where football is today, and we cannot deny it. One, have an established model, and secondly, be patient with the process, because a process is what is going to be able to determine a lot of things. With a clear process, you are able to tell how you're winning and how you are not winning. So I think for me, Pirates is still in a right path for them to build sustainable success in years to come. Sometimes it comes now, sometimes it doesn't. But I think they're on the right route. And yeah, Sundowns, obviously, for them it's just a question of maintaining now what they've done 3-4 years ago.